I'm Sally, and this is Mimi, and she's a little Japanese Chen, and today we're going to talk about potty pad training if you're house training your dog. Lots of people who have very small dogs, like Mimi, she's only about 6 or 7 pounds, think that it's very nice to have the smaller dog, the toy dog, and to be able to train it to a potty pad. If you don't know what a potty pad is, there are several different kinds. You can get very inexpensive ones that are fairly thin but cheap, and you just put them down, and then when the dog wets on them you throw them away. They look like this, about this size. You can get different sizes. You can get little ones like this for a small dog. You can get bigger ones for a bigger dog. If you have a puppy and it's bad weather and you want to train it to a potty pad, that's something that you can do. Many of them come impregnated with an odor that kind of attracts the dog to potty on it. You can get a little bit heavier duty ones. This one has a much better barrier layer on the back and is a little bit bigger, and so when you lay it on the floor and the dog wets on it, you have less likelihood of the floor getting wet as well. So that's a little bit heavier disposable one that you just pick up and throw away when it's wet. Or you can get one like this, and this one is very heavy and it almost has a fabric and more of a canvas feel to it. And this one you pick up when the dog has wet on it, and you can wash it in the washing machine. You just throw it in the washer and wash it and dry it in your dryer. And so that's a nice option if you're going to be training your dog to use a potty pad, and it's going to be doing it all the time, because that's going to save you a lot of money in the long run, because you can wash it and dry it. Whichever one you choose, you're going to want to buy more than one, obviously. If you're using disposable ones like these, you're going to go through several in a week with your dog. If you're using the more permanent type, you're probably going to want 2 or 3 so that you constantly have some that you're using and some that you're washing. You train the dog to the potty pad in the same way that you would train them to go outdoors, and that you put the potty pad where you want them to wet. And when Mimi was trained here, she had her potty pad right here, but without the rug. And then when she had to go potty, she was put on the potty rug, or potty pad, and that's where she wet. Now some dogs will both do their pee and their poop on that potty pad. Some do not want to do their poop on it, and so I recommend that if you're going to use the potty pad, you also give them some newspaper under the potty pad, let it stick out a little bit, because a lot of times they'd rather poop on that than on the potty pad. That most dogs like to go different places for pee and poop, and so that gives them that option. Advantages to this are that you can use it in bad weather. You can use it if you're handicapped, can't take the dog out on a leash to train it to go outside. If you live in an apartment building and have to go down several stories to get the dog outside while you're potty training, or if you're going to be gone many, many hours and can't find anybody to take your dog out while you're gone, sometimes this is a good option. Do remember that puppies can go 1 hour for each month of age, plus 1 hour between times of going potty. So once that dog is about 3 months old, it can go 4 hours between potty times. So if you can get someone to go let the dog out, or you can let the dog out around noon and then get home after work and let it out, usually once it's 4 or 5 months old, that works very effectively. The biggest problem that I see with potty pads, and I hear this a lot from people whose dogs are potty pad trained, is that if you also want to train them to go outdoors, or you want to move them outdoors from using the potty pad, they will learn to go outdoors, they will learn to potty outdoors, but they will also come inside and potty, and right here is the proof. and that Mimi, who was potty pad trained the first year of her life, and then came here to live and has been here over 2 years now, almost 3, still finds times when she potties on a rug. This rug happens to be in the same place where her pad was, but even if the rug is not here, she will use the floor. She will run into the living room and run to the front door and use the rug in there. She will even use the carpet occasionally. And the main reason is that dogs can't tell the difference between the potty pad fabric, even the paper ones, and the feel of the carpet or the rug. And so a lot of times they will use your carpet or your rug, and it's very, very hard to train them not to do that once they have used a potty pad for any length of time, because they simply don't see or feel the difference between those two. One of the things that you can try to do is that you can use newspapers with them and use that near the door, and then slowly move newspapers out the door so that they see that that entire process is going outside. But it's still a very long, tedious process, and so you're still going to have to take them out on a leash and take them to a pee place, give them a command, take them to a poop place, give them a different command, and really work with it over and over and over if you want them to quit using the potty pad and only go outside. Otherwise, you're going to be more or less stuck with providing them a potty pad area for much of their lives, because it's just a very hard thing to train them not to do. Okay, Mimi, thank you very much for helping us. Mimi is a good little dog otherwise. She really does exactly what we've taught her to do, and she's learned a lot. She was a show dog the first year of her life and traveled in an RV with lots of other dogs, and all of them used potty pads because they were at shows a lot of the time and not able to go out. And so when she came, she had done that for over a year and really does not see how to do it any differently. Even though she goes outdoors, she does her business out there, she will still, if she gets really excited, she'll run out here and do it on a rug or do it in front of the door as well. So that's my biggest issue, and I hear it all the time from people, and so I really warn you before you do a lot of potty pad training to consider that that's going to be something you're going to be stuck with for your dog's life if you train it to a potty pad.